That is right. I went to a luxury theater. And I'm just going to give my thoughts on it real quick, if I would recommend it, and if you should go to one. So, I went to one. It was nice. It was actually very nice. It was about an hour and a half away from my house. We drove there. We watched the Fantastic Four movie. A good movie, by the way. I'd recommend watching it as well. The Fantastic Four movie. And we go in there. The first thing that we walked into was just this big open area with this really, really, really nice like concession stand area. The nice popcorn buckets. They had the limited edition ones. They also had a Jack Daniels and Coke slushy machine. I thought that was really cool, really interesting to be honest. But yeah, anyway. So they had that. They had a lot of other interesting things, a lot of random snacks that you really wouldn't see in like a normal movie theater. Just a lot of more like select movie lover things, I would say. They also had two like big fountain machines. It was just really nice when you walked in there. They didn't really have any. They had also had a little arcade machine, but that's also at some other theaters. But anyway, we walk in there. We walk in. I already had our tickets pre-bought. We got two things of popcorn, and we got and I got a slushy, and that was $15. That is not terrible for movie theaters now. That's not that bad for a limited edition popcorn bucket, a stainless steel popcorn bucket, and and a slushy, a large one at that. That's not even that half bad of a price. And the tickets weren't even half bad either. I think they were $15 a piece. Or no, they were $11.50 because it was on a Tuesday, so we got the discount. So that was very surprising that the tickets were not that terrible. So we went to the theater, and the seats were so nice. They were so nice. I am not going to lie about this. I'm going to be straight up honest about this. The seats were great. I really, really, really enjoyed these seats. And what I mean by that is the seats that we were in, they were like the almost like the IMAX ones. If you ever been to IMAX, just like big, comfy, but they were like bigger and they had like more room, especially with the shoulders. They had like a tiny little gap between like the seats were like it was weird. So take this for example. So say this is a seat, and then they say like well I don't know. So say these two things are seats. They had a little gap between them. They weren't like this, but they also had a little gap between them, which I thought was very nice. Very easy, very nice. It wasn't like a botherance to the person next to me. That's what I mostly enjoyed about it because it was just, I felt like you had so much more room. They laid back all the way, but the way they laid back is like the backs part went like in. So like obviously you didn't get back and hit the other person, but also you had so much leg room. Like the aisles were so big. It was just very, very nice seating experience. Now it wasn't like 10 times better than like a normal theater. It was just a very nice experience, I would have to say. Like the seats themselves. The screen though, I was kind of disappointed with because I thought I kind of messed this up. I thought it was IMAX. I didn't get the IMAX tickets. And that kind of and the Fantastic Four movie was a really really much better in IMAX in my opinion than it was in the normal theater. So I had to say that I'd have to say. So that was kind of sad to see just how yeah. But anyway, this theater was an hour and 30 minutes away. Now, would I recommend driving that far for a luxury theater? It depends on the luxury theater. I've seen ones where you're sitting on a bed and also this one delivered food to you. I did not use that service, but that was also very nice service as well. But anyway, I've also seen ones where they're like luxury. Like, oh my gosh, these things are beautiful. The screen's beautiful. The seats are literally like almost like a room. Like it's crazy. It's insane. So I would recommend going to those just for that experience. But like a semi luxury one, like the one I went to, I personally would just recommend going to your local theater. For one, it's so much closer. The gas is not going to be worth it going to the one an hour 30 away. And you're not getting that much difference in the movie experience, to be honest. Because again, I still went and bought the popcorn, still went and sat in my seat. It was just much nicer at the end of the day. So I thought that was really, I don't know, I would definitely recommend just going to your local theater, staying at your local theater, because this luxury theater wasn't like that crazy, I guess I should say. So like a lot of the things about it were nice, but it wasn't like blowing my mind nice, I guess I should say. Also, the trip there was so crazy and messed up. So on our way there, I put the directions in. They took us there, and then it just took us to this random neighborhood. Like it literally, the marker was in this random neighborhood. And I was like, okay, that was weird. I was like, I hope we didn't go to a wrong place because again, this is hour 30 away. So anyway, luckily it was just like I had to keep going straight and found this little strip center, and then there was the movie theater. It wasn't like a strip center, like it was next to a strip mall, and then the movie theater was next to that. So we get there, and then me and my friend wanted to get like a Fantastic Four, like a specific merch bucket. So we went to another theater before it, before like we went to the first theater. So we had time to kill. We got there way too early, so we had a bunch of time to kill. So we went to the other theater to look for the special edition popcorn bucket. They they had it, but it was like $60 there, and we're like, we are not buying that here. And luckily, we just waited at the other one, and they just basically gave you the special edition popcorn bucket for buying popcorn. So that was super nice, super easy and convenient. So I really honestly enjoyed that part about it. How just everything was just kind of cheaper there. It was again, it was a Tuesday, so I don't know. But the other one we went to actually had a better like entrance area. The entrance area at the other one that we went to, it was also a luxury theater that we thought we were gonna go to, but we went to the other one. But the other one, it just it just worked out better to go to the other one. But that one had a super huge, nice entrance. Had an easy, like a humongous poster. It was just super nice. But we went to this luxury theater. They didn't have a poster. We wanted to get our picture in front of the poster. So we're like, okay, well, we go back to this other theater. We went to 3 theaters this day. Found a poster, got our picture in front of it, walked out, and then finally made it home. And we didn't get back home till like 1 in the morning, but it was definitely a fun night. Did a lot of different things. Good ride, great movie, just a very fun, exciting night. So yeah, not really much else to add about it. Again, it depends on the luxury theater you go to. It needs to be luxury. Like search up on TikTok luxury theater, you'll see some crazy ones, and I'd recommend going to those. But the one I went to specifically, I wouldn't really recommend going to like a semi-luxury one, I guess is to say. Make sure it's like cream of the crop, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's really about it. As always, have a great day.